And we're live. Welcome. This is a episode of 50% Facts where we're just kind of throwing a few things together to talk about.
There's a couple content creation issues going on in the world.
Yeah, you think?
One, like little ones in Twitch world, people are revolting on multiple things. One, I guess there's like botting is a thing. I mean, there's a lot of things with content, but I think when you're live streaming, there's a lot more potential dangers. DDoSing and doxing and swatting and all these things. But even like smaller streamers are getting targeted by some kind of bots that tend to be like homophobic or racist spamming.
Great.
And there's not like a ton of resources to fix that. There's some tools and things you can do to fix that, but there's like a little mini uprising there. And there's a constant conversation with Twitch in particular, even though I really do love the platform. I love the culture about it, but it doesn't really make sense because the creator does get 50% of the income.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and when you like really think about that, like Patreon takes what, 10%?
Ish, yeah.
What's OnlyFans take? I'd imagine a 10%, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't have an answer for that.
Yeah. YouTube, I guess you could make an argument they take way more.
The lion's share.
Yeah, they might take 90% for all we know.
Yeah. I know what they pay-ish.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah, but you don't know what they receive.
I don't know what they receive.
Yeah,
because no way to know that.
Because there's independent ads from companies that can buy it through YouTube, but then there's I think major sponsor ads, right, where people are fucking Coca-Cola's paying them whatever for a huge Super Bowl commercial type deal, and that's got to be an insane amount of money.
And podcasts, it's a little more transparent with podcasts. It's most of the time the best deal that you can get, unless you're a Joe Rogan or somebody with a big setup, is a 60-40 where you get 40.
Yeah, but you have the right to go independent.
Yeah, and at least it shows that it's how it's set up now.
But there's no inherent or like built-in money.
For most, no.
Yeah. So I guess that's where it makes a difference. 'Cause same with Instagram. Like I get 100% if I do an ad.
Yeah.
But they're not paying me for shit.
No, they're not paying you. And
where
I think
the 50/50 on Twitch is like through Amazon.
An interesting thing that YouTube did recently, if you're not in the partner program, they can monetize your content anyway, and they keep 100% of it.
Twitch does something small like that too. Like I think if they run ads while you're live streaming, you don't get paid. But if you run the ad, you do, because there's a button to run an ad while you're live. And they keep 100% of the other one, and you get more like YouTube splits on the ones you run. But then again, I think that's just capitalism. Like what's the other option? Like you can fight for a better ratio, but they're providing you with all of it.
Yeah.
The bigger issue for me, and we'll dig into more into the OnlyFans as the main conversation, and OnlyFans may play in this too, is like the organic discoverability. Now, I don't mind like the algorithms, and we did a whole podcast, or we were about to do a podcast on the social dilemma.
Social dilemma, we haven't done that yet.
Yeah, but we've talked about it and kind of like how people are blown away by these algorithms. I think the point of the algorithms for the business, is to keep you on the platform.
Yeah.
Showing you more things you're interested in. But you don't always know how things are going to play out. And so, like, I loved, obviously, early YouTube where the discoverability of shit was so random.
Yeah.
You go watch an Omar Yusof video, and some random fitness YouTuber is going to pop up next or in your recommended. Now, if you go watch an Omar Yusof video, it's going to be the exact same 3 people on the side every single time.
Mm-hmm.
And not that those 3 aren't great content creators. And YouTube is arguably the best at discoverability, because at least there's some SEO and a little bit of shit like that. Twitch, the big argument, and I wonder if it is on OnlyFans too, because the only way I've ever seen
early YouTube. Hang on. Sorry about that. Go on.
The only way I've ever seen both Twitch and OnlyFans promoted is people doing it through their other socials or other channels.
Right.
There's zero discoverability on Twitch. There's no SEO. There's no nothing. I think last year they implemented a small feature at the bottom of the homepage to show like small creators, and you can like kind of click on that, but it's random. And admittedly, I've never explored OnlyFans, so I don't know their discoverability.
Yeah, here's the thing. Like, I know through social media a few people who've been using OnlyFans, and I personally know somebody who's has been doing that, but
as a
not
creator,
super as
or
a
as
creator.
a consumer.
As a creator, I don't know anybody who says they're a consumer. But
Is that because
of
shame?
They have to be out there. Yeah, probably not. Probably so. I don't know. Is it better or worse to say that you watch like regular recorded porn versus somebody's live show,
or you pay for it? Is that the shame?
Or that you're paying for it? Oh yeah, because most porn. Although I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't understand.
We need a porn expert. I think the other thing would be, I understand because it's like, because people are like messaging each other on there. It's more of a social platform. And so like I understand the horny male or female,
but most
how enticing it is to do that. I get that. And that there's like, it's like whatever, like a YouTuber you followed for 5 years, or like celebrities, fighters and actresses. And so I understand where OnlyFans sit in compared to like, or even back in the day, right? Like, was Pamela Anderson, Tommy Lee free, or did people pay that? I know the Paris Hilton and Kardashian people are buying DVDs.
Yeah, I actually just listened to a podcast about the Paris Hilton thing. Yeah. It was very interesting. It's a podcast called,
what a name.
Yeah, Paris Hilton.
No, I think it was One Night in Paris.
One Night in Paris. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Listened to a podcast called Not Past It, which it's particular incidents in somewhat recent history where there was a big cultural shift associated with it, and people are just not past it. Yeah. Particularly the host of this show, whose name I don't remember.
Yeah,
it's very good, and it's very accessible. It's very down to earth.
Those three examples, I think, make a big impact like that, like we were talking about. But in particular, the Kardashians. Like Paris Hilton, dad was a Hilton.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if she had a reality TV show first or second.
Well, I can answer that question.
Yeah.
So the tape was recorded about 6 months or so before.
Oh, the show came out?
Before the show came out. No, apparently not.
Oh.
Apparently it was stolen or leaked. And
by who though? Or like who says this?
I don't know who
because that sounds like perfect promo. 6 months before.
No, well, no, but it wasn't released. It was released 2 weeks before.
That's what I'm saying. But filmed 6 months before, released 2 weeks before the.
Okay, I could go with that, except for the fact that she filed suit against that person and won.
Maybe
the person, not necessarily the person who stole it, but the person who marketed it.
Yeah, or leaking it around. I mean, the same. All I was going to say is that I think her show had some success, but it fizzled real quick. Like the Kardashians are like a 2-decade.
I think that show went on for about 4 or 5 years.
Maybe.
I'm gonna look.
It definitely wasn't small, but it's nothing on Kardashian level. Like there's like 4 Kardashians that are billionaires now. Like that changed what the hell a celebrity is.
Yeah, but part of that was just that they started producing merch. That could all be garbage as far as I know, but
I don't care what happened or who did it. They're billionaires, and Paris Hilton isn't, besides her dad.
Yeah. Simple Life. There are 36 episodes that ran from 05 to 07.
You know what I mean? Like, and then same with Pam Anderson. Like, she was already big time.
Yeah.
Like, these ones weren't as big time. Like, obviously, Kardashian's dad, stepdad and dad are famous, but not like on that level. Not Tommy Lee, Pam famous.
Yeah. So,
but that's reality TV, and reality TV became cool, and social media became cool because of reality TV. And they both started organic. Like, if you watch some of the first reality TV shows are good. Like, the first Real Worlds and stuff are good because it feels real. It feels like you're a fly on the wall just watching, like, 5 22-year-olds drinking vodka in a kitchen fighting.
Yeah.
Like, it feels so good. And then now you watch some of that shit or the Kardashians, you're like, dude, this is scripted like a motherfucker. And same exact thing could be said for Instagram and YouTube. I watched some, I think I complained about it on the last podcast. I watched some YouTube fitness, and holy fuck. Just so, it's all right to be cringe if you're like trying to be.
Yeah.
Like if you're skitting it out, but it's like, I don't think they're trying to show they're scripted, but it's so bad and scripted. Like, dude, this is really heart-wrenching how bad this is. Compared to old videos, you watch Matt Ogus and he just turn on his camera half naked in front of the mirror eating Chipotle.
Yeah.
There's just he's like, this is what I do at noon. And he's just eating a burrito. And then he's like, now I'm going to the gym. And then you just go to the gym.
Well, here's the thing, though, about that. At the time that he was doing that, that was something that could break through.
Yeah.
Now everyone's trying to game the algorithms and come up with things that, you know, are trending or somehow just getting into the zeitgeist or whatever, so people will pay attention, or getting so big that anything that they say is something that people pay attention to.
Yeah, and a lot of it ends up just being like running with the same circles and drama filled, kind of like the Vine houses back in the day. Like everyone just kind of moved to the same area in LA, and they all just kind of collab all day and intermingle all your shit and who's mad at who, and that's how like the YouTube boxing shit came around, because there's fake or real beefs between everybody, and they just keep fucking around.
Yeah, I don't understand any of that at all. I mean, I understand it from a, you know, content generation perspective. I don't understand like putting your body through that if
the fighting part.
Yeah, if the content generation is the only thing, like maybe something else, remodel your house or something. Folks.
Yeah, I mean, they're all got headgear, they're all fine, but I think it's just a sad recipe that drama's always going to get clicks.
Perhaps so.
I mean, the Kardashians do that shit, and some of theirs sadly was probably real with Lamar Odom and some of his issues, and Kanye. And some of his issues, and they're just under a microscope. But other stuff, I'm sure, was made up. You know, so and so stole my purse and wore my shoes, and like, fuck, man.
Just as a little bit of an aside, but not entirely an aside. You know, we've talked before about Matt Farr, who the Smoking Tire on YouTube, and has a podcast that's been going on a long time. Friend of Joe Rogan's, friend of, you know,
many
celebrities, Spike Fierstein, you know, all those guys. Anyway, you know, he's been in the content production game a little bit longer than we have, but not a ton longer. Our old podcast was on the same platform as his, and, you know, dealt with some of the same people that he dealt with, but not, I only had one interaction with him directly, but he was on Twitter the other day talking about how he gets asked exactly the same questions over and over again, related to cars all the time. And he gets frustrated by it, and he isn't always, you know, he doesn't always treat everybody with kid gloves about stuff. It's like, have I answered this question? Or, you know, and I think sometimes the motivation for people asking questions, and this is true in person too, is they're trying to engage you, and they can't think of anything else to engage you about.
For sure.
And so they make up some question that sounds like it might have a little bit of legs to you know, get 3, 4, 5 minutes out of a personal conversation or a few exchanges. And then a lot of, you know, online, a lot of them is like you give your response, and then people want to argue with you about your response.
Yeah.
And they came to you because you're an expert. And so there's another level of person who gets off on creating creating the conflict and carrying the conflict out.
People are bored.
Apparently.
I mean, I'm bored too, but not like that. In person, I think I have empathy for stuff like that, because I understand maybe they don't know how to engage, or maybe they can learn better if I say it a different way in person. Online, I get annoyed a lot. Like, conventional, what should I do for conventional? Like, fucking Google it.
Yeah.
Or go to my YouTube. Like, you found me somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, my YouTube probably has 100 videos on deadlifting. So just go watch that.
Yeah, so somebody was criticizing Matt for just not always being kind, and there's another creator who's an even bigger draw on YouTube than Matt, Doug DeMuro, and they're saying, well, he's always nice, he's always kind, and Matt's like, I'm just not that guy. Like, I can't be that guy. I don't know how to be that guy.
I do. I kind of mixed feelings on it, because I've heard other creators talk like that, and like Twitch streamers or people kind of get blasted like, man, I just asked for a picture of so-and-so in public and he was a dick. And the one thought is, and a lot of creators say it, like, what do I owe you? Like, I'm just human. Like, you know, like I'm not this, I'm not that. When I'm spending 8 hours live streaming to you, I'll entertain you best I can. But when I'm just living life, like, you don't know what's going on. Maybe I'm chasing my kid down, or you know, who the fuck knows? And that's true. I think those cases are rare, and people just get grumpy in public. And then the other argument that I argue with myself is like, yeah, but you get the benefits of these things. You get the benefits of being like a public-ish figure or whatever. Like, you kind of have to take this stuff with it. And not that it's all negative, but it is part of the game.
It's not that hard to be nice to people.
Yeah, and obviously it's to scale. Like, I can go to the grocery store, like, fucking whoever can't.
Yeah.
You know, like, they're getting fucking blasted 24/7 with selfies and getting fucked up. Like, it's such a different scale.
Yeah.
So mine's more like, I can't relate always, but, you know, at expos and stuff, shit used to get a little weird and people would be rude, or you're trying to take a piss. Like, literally someone tried to take a selfie with me while I'm taking a piss in a bar after the Arnold. and then I'm just like, yeah, man, just hold. Like, just give me 10.
Let me finish.
Yeah.
And at least finish and zip up.
Well, and then he tried to take, so he's trying to take it while I'm peeing, and I'm facing the wall, and I give him like a shoulder. I'm like, yeah, man. And then he's got like the phone out, and I'm like, give me a sec. And then I literally finished, turn around, and then he's trying to snap it again. And I'm like, bro, the stall's going to be in the background. Like, let's just go outside of the door real quick, at least get like a blank wall.
Yeah.
And again, like, he's probably just awkward and nervous, and who knows what's going on. But I'm like, dude, what are you thinking right now?
Like, I'm not going to run away. Like, you don't have to do it so fast.
Yeah, just weird. Yeah. Weirdness happens. But so that's probably more normal for someone of big stature at Paris Hilton or wherever the fuck. So I could understand getting annoyed, but you also, right, you get to sell $1 million worth of T-shirts, so.
Right. So.
Move somewhere else.
Yeah.
If you don't like that, don't live in L.A. Go fucking live in Wyoming.
Right.
Where no one's going to know who your ass is.
Right. So he was just talking about the fact that, like, it would be fake if he was not just reacting the way he's reacting online. I don't know. I imagine he's perfectly fine in person, but who knows? But I said, and he actually liked my response, that selling out from the creator perspective, selling out is not really about money. It's about presenting an untrue version of yourself because you think that your real you isn't worth anything.
Yeah. Yeah, or yeah, you'll get more out of the other, which is, I guess, just the opposite. Yeah, 100%. You don't have to take the big check for the supplement you don't believe in, although that is also selling out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could act a different way or do something you don't believe in to get views.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, or suck dick to get views, whatever it might be. Not literally. I know we're about to go into some OnlyFans, but, like, yeah, like, kiss up, hang out, even some of that. Like, do collaborations with people you don't like. Like, and that's the selling out portion is all 100% on you. Where's your line? I can't judge your line.
Right.
If you can look at it 100% transactionally and this is just work.
Yeah.
Same thing as me and you get hired for a movie. We don't like each other. We're going to act together. Our job's to do this acting gig.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's just how it goes. So some people might view it more like that, which is fine. I just can't view life or walk through life very transactionally. So that's not what I'm good at.
I got a what's up here from Cameron Zebroff on YouTube. What's up? We're talking about what's up here. This gets us back to the OnlyFans question. And my question is this: is it more morally challenging to rep a product that you don't believe in for the money than it is to, let's say, present yourself as a sexual being, however you do that, on OnlyFans for money?
Me personally?
Answer for yourself and then answer for the world. Yeah,
I don't know really, because I'm just kind of a reserved human to begin with. You know, and so, like, I never like got into the clout game for clout game.
Yeah,
you know,
but I mean, it's clout, but it's also money. The money is the real bottom line of
even that though. I did loose math a couple years ago, just to spite myself and make me hate myself even more, and it was like, even still, like, multiple six figures I've rejected on sponsorships.
Yeah,
because I didn't believe products over the last. I mean, we've done it for fucking 10 years.
Yeah,
you know, so multiple six figures a year. I've rejected on sponsorships and products I don't believe in, or trips I don't believe in, or things I don't believe in. The sexual thing, ain't nobody buying my fucking ass shots, so I can't really.
I mean, if you were that guy,
I could become that guy.
You could become that guy.
Yeah, I don't know. All that's just kind of weird for me too. Maybe it's part of society, obviously, like the sexualization of women, or, you know, what kind of sits in there is a little bit different than for guys. Although the fitness industry is weird, right? Like, whether it's guys just genuinely admiring guys or it is a sexual thing. Like all Instagram fitness guys are just as naked as the girls, but the girls are getting wrecked all the time.
Generally speaking, yeah.
So maybe on OnlyFans, I mean, who knows? But I'd assume the OnlyFans creators are majority female. But I don't know, because I mean it's the same thing. Like if girl, for example, lady gets 70% naked on Instagram to get followers and likes. People don't really judge; they'll joke about it.
Yeah,
lady gets 80% naked on OnlyFans for straight cash, and now she's getting judged pretty hard.
Yeah,
I don't know.
To me, I don't have a problem if somebody is comfortable and they're not being forced to do something like that,
sure.
and they make money at it, and that money gives them, a certain level of independence or, control of their life and their finances or whatever. Then I don't have any problem with that. I really don't. I
think that's the going to the topic here, right? Like within the last 5 days, OnlyFans basically said they're going to stop kind of explicit content. Was the headline. I did read into it, and we'll get into that. And then today it was reversed, that they're going to try to allow all the creators. And in the beginning, it sounded like a virtue signal. So some of the beginning articles and blurbs from the owners or creators of OnlyFans was that they're doing this in order to stop illegal stuff, underage,
so like
bestiality.
Like Craigslist kind of did.
Violent, extreme kinks or extreme violence or like triggering type content, rather than just nude or just sexual content. But then, of course, who reports it always says, like, OnlyFans banning porn or OnlyFans banning nudity. And I don't know because it was never actually put into play what they were actually going to ban or not. And then it turns out, and I don't think it was out during that time, but now it turns out that it was all business, which we should have all probably assumed. But there were certain banks and transactions and software on the back end of OnlyFans that was kind of pulling the choker on OnlyFans, saying we don't want to get involved with this.
And there was some pressure, some boycotting or whatever from conservative groups.
Sure. I'm sure that's been going on.
Which, like, conservative groups are probably not big enough to cause that much of a disruption, so I don't understand why they would go down that road unless people who were involved in those groups were also involved in the companies themselves,
potentially,
or shareholders or something like that. Because in just terms of like people not using it, you can't Visa and MasterCard, whatever, but you can't really sort of live without that. You can't go Discovery, Diners Club, Amex for everything, right?
I mean, even that, like, what I didn't hear much about the conservative groups stopping it. Like, why is OnlyFans your gig? Like, why is that what you're stopping? Of everything out there.
Yeah, no, that's a really good question.
Like, there's how many porn sites are there that are
a lot
sketch, illegal, and like don't pay their content creators?
Yeah,
and like there like a million other things you could argue that would lead to the worst parts of that industry, right? Like whether it's sex trafficking or underage shit. Like there's a million other websites that are way worse.
Hidden camera shit.
Yeah, well, that 100%. Yeah, consent, etc. Yeah, just a bunch of bullshit. Ex-boyfriend shit.
Right. Revenge porn.
Yeah, revenge porn. Yeah, just shit like that. You're like, all right, I don't know if that's it. Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird space. It's a weird space. And then I mean, I get it. You see, that's why I guess I just don't understand. Maybe you can even Google it. The OnlyFans split, the money split. Because if you have a big enough platform, why not just build your own website? You get 100% of the transaction.
That's a really good
unless
question,
there's discoverability there. Like I've never. Everyone's gonna fucking say yeah, right, Mike. But I've never like explored the website. Unless if they have like a top 10 trending. You know, if they got a top trending thing like YouTube, and you can find your newest place you're trying to subscribe on there, yeah, sure, maybe I get it, but otherwise, I'm going elsewhere, I think.
So this article in Axios says that over 50% of OnlyFans revenue in March came from paid subscription.
Oh,
while more than 30% came via chat.
Oh. That's totally separate.
Yeah, that's like a
user breakdown.
Yeah.
And I guess there's the benefit there too, but you could do that on your own website. Yeah, I heard the big turnaround too is they started releasing some of the numbers to the bankers and stuff on what they might be losing, and they pay out $300 million a month. and there's 2 million creators.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah. So obviously that's not distributed evenly, but if it was, that's a lot of money.
So the CNN says, and I don't know how true this is, 20% off the top of OnlyFans.
Sounds fair enough.
Yeah, like that's low.
Yeah.
For if you're dealing with an advertising agency for podcast advertising.
Yeah, that's like a management group.
Yeah, that's like a third of what they take.
Yeah, doesn't sound too bad.
No, it doesn't sound too bad. I think that.
But again, what are the benefits of the user? And again, like YouTube, the benefits of the user is that's where everyone watches videos. So if you want to put out a how to cook the best brownie video, you got to go to YouTube.
Yeah,
because that's where people's eyes are.
Yeah. Now this cracked me up. Hopefully this is going to work for me, and hopefully it's going to play in a way that you can hear it. Barstool Sports, which is like 50% funny and 50% douchey. And to me,
yeah, I might switch the percentage.
Oh,
more douchey.
More douchey.
Yeah.
60, 75% douchey.
Yeah, 70-30.
Yeah. Okay, 70-30.
Sorry,
douchey.
Presidente.
Yeah. What? Yeah. Exactly. Anyway, this video cracked me up. This is fair use because it's on their...
OnlyFans has flip-flopped. Just a week after announcing that they would no longer allow sexually explicit material on their platform, they basically said, that was just a joke. You guys keep fucking for money. They said in a tweet that they, quote, secured the necessary assurances to continue to support their diverse creator community, a.k.a. they convinced the bank to pony up the money even though their workers were going to be fucking each other on camera. They said, we'll try your little experiment. Maybe we'll get the IG models to replace the sex workers, and it failed miserably. The PR was a disaster. Fans and creators were fleeing the website. They were the joke of the business world. This was OnlyFans sitting back saying, you know what? Okay, let's do it your way. Let's see what happens when we make this announcement. And the banks learned the hard way that sex is undefeated, the internet's undefeated, and that sex on the internet is an unstoppable force. So congratulations to everyone who gets to continue making money fucking themselves on their phone. If you want to make money on your phone without fucking yourself, download FTX. It's the #1 app to buy and sell crypto, and right now, any
little ad at the end, nice. That's a good segue.
Download FTX.
That was a good segue.
That's the thing that cracked me up.
Yeah, it's a good segue.
After all of that about...
It's a great ad.
About people pimping themselves out for
money.
Their bodies out for money on the internet.
I think the issue, if OnlyFans goes no nudity, what are they just going head-to-head with Patreon?
Probably, yeah.
Like, because then they're a paid Instagram?
And then Patreon's a better platform for that.
Right. Then you're just a paid Instagram.
Yeah. And YouTube, you can monetize videos and make them not... I don't even know if you can... you may be able to do live. I don't know. I know you can on Patreon. I know that there's some ability coming or maybe already in place for that for Facebook.
Yeah. No, everyone's...
pay to watch or whatever. Like, everybody's got that capability, so I don't know what OnlyFans is offering there.
I don't know either. Yeah, I mean, Twitch has proven live streams the next meta in the content creation space, and that's where everyone's heading. YouTube's putting, I forgot what they announced last year, a stupid amount of money towards that area of their company. And obviously, yeah, sex on the internet's undefeated.
Oh, we have a question on here. I'm not going to... We'll come back to that in a minute, but I would just reiterate my point that I don't care if that's how somebody makes their living, as long as they're doing it of their own free will. I don't care.
Yeah, and that just becomes hard with the internet, right?
Yeah.
Like, how do you regulate or make sure it's safe?
Yeah, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know the answer to that question.
But I guess you can't off the internet either, so it is what it is.
I don't know. We're dealing with fucking PayPal right now because they don't believe our employee number, the EIN. They don't believe that, and there's a mismatch or whatever.
Tax deals.
Yeah, and so it's all money, and I don't know what they think we're doing. So I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. But even that is something. Although we don't have anybody to talk to there to straighten things out. Even that is something, right? I mean,
yeah.
The thought that there isn't some illegal thing going on their platform. So.
I assume when you sign up for OnlyFans, you got to fill out a little W-9 or W-2 deal.
I would imagine.
Yeah. I mean, you do on YouTube.
Yeah.
Right? And they're so big now. OnlyFans will get fucking ripped by the IRS if they didn't have something like that.
And I think that the point is well taken that you don't want there to be illegal things happening that are shown on their platform
for multiple reasons.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I mean, the truth is they don't give a fuck rather than their reputation in dollars.
But when you get into porn, sometimes you get into stuff
for sure. Right. Anything. You get into any kind of business or any kind of content creation or anything, there's going to be sketchy shit going on. It just sucks that the company itself seemed to virtue signal it down rather than it was just bank pressure.
Yeah.
They
just said, well, because apparently they're running short of investors, and the problem is that the more the platform grows, the more their infrastructure costs grow.
Sure.
Especially because live is not that cheap.
$300 million a fucking month in payouts.
Yeah.
That's a shit ton of money.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot.
Yeah, that's moving.
Davenport Barbell, I don't know what you're referring to. I'll just throw that out there. I don't know what you're referring to. Can't really comment on that. I don't know if I have anything else super deep to say about the OnlyFans situation.
It is interesting because we've probably even talked about over the last 4 or 5 years on what like content's next or whatever, and Twitch is making a big push and a big run, and then OnlyFans, like, you know, because everyone's like, oh, there's never going to be another Instagram or there's never going to be another YouTube, but like there's tons of platforms that are highly successful over the last 4 years. TikTok's fucking banging. Twitch has grown immensely over the last 4 or 5 years, and OnlyFans seems to, it started in 2016, I think I read in an article, but only took off in the last 3 years. So like there's room, which goes back to a whole another argument, right, of like controlling content, Twitter, et cetera, politically, or YouTube politically, or whatever. It was a whole nother bag of worms to open on another day. But because everyone's like, yeah, you can't regulate that on Twitter. Twitter's so big, and there's no other. I'm like, dude, there's more content coming. Like, there's more. There's gonna be another something within the next 5 years. There's gonna be at least 3 other big things.
Potentially, yeah. Well, we're in the last 2 days, I've gotten 2 different pitches from 2 different live podcasting platforms.
Yeah, they're trying.
And I don't know what their revenue split is, and I don't know what their hookups are, and I don't know what their requirements in terms of, you know, per stream or whatever. Yeah. Some of them seem to be charging quite a bit for a ticket to watch a live podcast show.
And then what's the user benefit? Why should we bring our content there?
Exactly. And I know that there are some that have fallen into particular niches. That it's the one in particular that I'm talking about, I don't remember the name of it right now, is more music focused. I know there's one that's more sports focused. It's sort of like uncensored, commentary
what was the other
about
place?
Sports.
Is it Flow? There's like a company that already kind of does that.
Maybe.
And they do like weightlifting, and they do like jiu-jitsu. They kind of do like undergroundish sports, and you host your shit there. It's a cool idea. Yeah. The sports things make some sense, right? Because there is a lot more than just, or high school basketball, right? There's like, high school basketball has gone really popular with Instagram because now you see how talented some of these young cats are, and they are getting more talented.
Yeah.
Like some people will watch that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where back in the day, there's no way it's going to get televised.
Yeah.
So the sports one makes sense, and you and I talked a ton about it, but just music doesn't make it makes some sense.
During the pandemic, it's not that hard to sell. But
and even off, like maybe if it's real cheap, and it's your favorite fucking band, but like podcast isn't really going to get it for me. YouTube's really not going to get it for me. Like that type of content.
I tend to agree with you on
that. I'm just not that bought in.
I tend to agree with you on that. This is totally unrelated, but I thought it was really freaking cool. People can go see this on
Film School?
Yeah, HBO or Film School or whatever. This is, I'm going to start over because it's so amazing. It is a continuous drone shot of the Dallas Cowboys practice facility complex.
Almost looks animated.
I read that they had only had 3 hours to put this together, and they did 15 runs, and this is the 15th run. This is the only one that was perfect.
You've seen some of the drone races and shit? Some of these pilots are insane.
So they're using a VR headset to control this thing.
Yeah, that's how they do in the races. Did they tell this poor dude's been jogging 15 times?
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know, because the way that things occur during the video makes you believe that it was all rehearsed.
Right, because both those cars and the jogger passing are like perfect timely.
Yeah. This truck being here.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I wonder if he crashed it. What are they doing, yoga? It's the team. Oh, that's sick. Yeah, it looks like they're just warming up. Oh, maybe it's not the team.
It's not the team.
Maybe it is the team. Some cheerleaders?
Maybe.
They're like the most famous cheerleading squad.
Yeah. This is the Ford Center. So obviously Ford was it was a Ford truck that went through that the drone flew through.
Fake telecast.
And the
biggest stadium in the U.S., I think.
This is the practice one.
Oh, shit.
So this is their practice facility, and high schools play there.
Oh, that's cool.
It's dramatic and amazing.
What are these guys doing?
They're pulling down the goalposts?
Yeah, or putting it up.
Or putting them up, something.
Yeah, it's gnarly looking. That's cool.
Yeah, super amazing that somebody was able to do this. It's like, what the hell? I actually asked about like whether or not the drone could be programmed to this, but
probably not. Probably not this advanced.
I think there's too much going on.
But what you can do, and a lot of people do with drone shots, is you can move it pretty slow. You can put like a limiter on your triggers. And you move really slow, and then you speed it up in post because a lot of them are 4K.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so then, like, I could probably fly this route all sketch, and then you clean it up in post to make it look sick. But also, there's pilots that are insane. I mean, even me, I've only flown mine a handful of times, and indoors is a little sketch, but outdoors you can really get the hang of it.
The fact that it just flew into darkness,
it's cool.
Blows my mind.
Yeah, it's cool.
I came out now. If you were making a film, if your camera goes into darkness, you use that as an opportunity to make a cut.
Yeah,
like Birdman was kind of like that.
Yeah. A closed door or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is cool. What a hell of a facility. This is the locker room.
Yeah, it's a locker room.
Spoiled ass high school kids.
So cool. There's so much money in the NFL still.
Yeah, it's moving. Yeah, and
still.
The Cowboys. I mean, the Cowboys are the epitome of it all.
We just looked at.
They didn't even unrack their weights, bastards.
We looked at the viewership numbers for the NBA.
Yeah, the ratings.
Yeah, the ratings, and we know that they're down, but and we know that the NFL is down too, and yet there's still so much money.
Yeah, I think COVID obviously hurt it all too. Viewership. Oh, it's a Hard Knocks commercial.
Yeah,
I forgot their Hard Knocks was
yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
So you can see that video on HBO Max, their Instagram probably, and Film School's Instagram is where I found it. Another video that if I'm really anxious about showing it, I'll throw this up there. Otherwise, I will just show it a little bit of it to you, and that is. Is it? It's in my story. Where's my story? How do you find your own story? There's my story. Yeah. This is a video.
Throwback.
Huh?
Throwback.
Yeah. A video that Chad Ikes posted on his Instagram that I reposted. I shot this video of Chad 14 years ago.
2007-ish?
Yeah. 2007, yeah.
Is that 14
Cincinnati. Years? Yeah. Because it's 21.
Yeah. I was just trying to go by my age. Because that's when I graduated. Senior in high school.
You're coming up on a 15 year.
Maybe, yeah.
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 Crazy, huh?
That is crazy.
Before we get out of here, one more thing I wanted to kind of cover. This is somebody that was a guest on the 100th episode of the show we used to do.
Yeah.
Bill Phillips, who earlier in the year got COVID and got better, and then decided he probably had antibodies and he was in good shape, so he didn't need to get vaccinated, and then got COVID again.
Didn't go so well.
47 days on a ventilator.
Damn.
Lost 70 pounds. This is somebody that we don't know him well, but we certainly hung out with him. Yeah. And seems like a good guy, and thought he was making a reasonable decision that didn't turn out to be reasonable at all.
So much just feels so unknown still.
Yeah, well, the problem is just that you just don't know who's going to get super sick.
Yeah.
And apparently there is some genetic component that they're looking into now, really small study, and I don't want to
Yeah, because I've heard about blood types and stuff.
Yeah,
but who knows what the hell's going on.
This one was in Science Daily saying that some people have a genetic component that allows the virus to make a super toxic substance that then like attacks all your vital organs.
Yeah.
Like, well, that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
That's a bad, uncomfortable thing.
Yeah. Glad he's doing all right, though, it looks like.
Yeah, he finally got out of the hospital. Was yesterday, I think.
You're kind of a legend in the fitness space.
Yeah.
Content creation in a sense.
Yeah, somebody who's really been on it for a long time, a really, really long time.
Yeah,
you
OG.
know, I don't have an answer to that question, so I can't really.
Yeah, we just move on.
Can't really comment on that. Anything else we got? I finished up my
a little vibe action.
My Vibe Health Bar smoothie. We're doing a little promo with Uriah. Own part of that company now?
Different guy.
Different guy. Okay.
Yeah, different guy.
Uriah just goes there all the time.
I think so. Yeah, I think a lot of alpha male guys do.
Yeah.
I think he's just friends with the guy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like a little juice bar in town.
Yeah.
That our friend runs.
Josh Emmett.
He might be involved.
I think Josh Emmett's involved.
Yeah, he might be involved.
All right. You got anything else?
Nothing.
Anything else?
Yeah, we got to find a movie. Someone recommended a movie. I forgot what it was, but we'll go look at that.
Yeah,
today.
somebody recommended. There have actually been 2 or 3 recommendations.
Yeah, and a couple new ones, I think, too.
Yeah. One of them was the. Oh my God, what's his name? Arizona State football left the NFL.
Oh yeah. Military guy. I forgot. I can't think.
I can't think.
Not
of
enough caffeine, but yeah, that would be a decent one. Talk to Dean.
Yeah.
Game on.
Yeah.
Game on. Ladies and gentlemen, brand new episode. Every single freaking Wednesday, 50% facts on all platforms. I'm Silent Mike, wherever you want to find me. 3sb.co for all your needs and any info on the gym. Appreciate you hanging out. And catch you next week, which I guess is fucking September. Yikes.
Yeah, no kidding, huh? Actually, yeah, 3sb.co. There's a little bit of merch left from the last drop, and we're starting to prep the next one.
Fall action.
Full fall
Get you
action.
Warm and cozies.
I'm at DJ McD on all the social medias. You can find this show places. 50% facts where percent is a word, and 50 is just a number.